it's Lillian from the Postmodern family. Happy Christmas! It is Advent season, and I'm just going to chat with you today about a Christmas party we went to, some of the games that we play here in the UK that I find different than in the US. So if you're interested in Americans living in the UK, hit that subscribe button now, and you can get more information about us at our Patreon page at patreon.com/thepostmodernfamily. Thanks so much for watching our videos, and we read your comments, so please do leave a comment below on the types of games that you like to play at parties or Christmas parties. I brought my daughter and my son to a play group. So here they call them play groups. In America, I don't really know what it would be called. Another way of calling it is like a stay and play. So you bring your children, you don't leave them. It's not like a nursery or a play school where you drop them off. So you stay with them and you supervise them and you get to meet other moms and dads and build friendships with them. So it's an activity that's very common here in the UK. Almost every church will have their own little toddler play group or toddler and babies group, or a stay and play group, or a mummy and me group. And it gives them an opportunity to socialize with other children, and also for you to make friends with other parents. So we had our own Christmas party this past week, and I wanted to talk to you about what happened and the things that I find interesting about them. So we had our Christmas party at the same time that we normally have our play group, and that makes it easier for moms who already have it in their schedule, their weekly schedule, especially if they're working moms. Some working moms choose to take our particular day off, that they don't work during that time, because they really have enjoyed the friendships that they've made and they like to continue bringing their children to this group. The first thing that we did was, in Christmas parties you usually charge an admission fee, but this time what we did a little differently than last year was that we gave mothers the option to bring food, so they could sign up for a food list, and if they brought food then they wouldn't have to pay the £3 per family fee. If they didn't bring food, then they would pay that admission. Usually we have a raffle, so we do prize draws. We ask people to donate raffles and then sell tickets at £1 per strip, and usually people get to go home with something. So we would have about 10 prizes or so, and someone will get to go home with something. And then we also would have a gift for every child who regularly attends, and even for some of those who are showing it for the first time. So we invite Father Christmas to come. So this is Santa Claus or Father Christmas dressed up in his suit, and he sits in a chair and he calls out people's names, the children's names, which we write on the present, and they get a gift and they get to take a photo with him. We also have this thing called Pass the Parcel. Pass the Parcel is where you take a gift, like a small one, and you wrap it, and then in every layer you tuck a little piece of candy, a little sweet, a little chocolate, so that every time the music stops, so they pass this parcel around as the music is playing. And when the music stops, the kid who's holding the parcel gets to peel off a layer, and it means they get something. So they get something small even if they don't win the big gift at the end. I think that's a new invention. I think probably back in the day you would just have a bunch of layers. There wouldn't be any gifts or any little snacks in between, and it would just be the one kid at the end who opens it and gets to see the prize. They get to take the prize home. They would be the winner. We had about 30 or so children at this party, so it was really big. We had one of the moms volunteered to wrap up the parcels. She made 3 of them, and we passed them all around at the same time. So there were 3 going on. You have to keep looking. And then sometimes there's a lucky dip. So it's a really big box full of shredded paper, and there are little tiny prizes in there. Sometimes people collect money for the lucky dip, so maybe you pay 50 pence or £1 and you get to dip your hand in and pick something out. But usually we don't charge anything. We just kind of say, hey, it's your lucky dip. Everyone gets one chance to pick a prize before they leave, and so that's what we used to do. This year we did a dance competition. We played music, we let the kids dance, and we kind of just handed out prizes for who we thought danced the best, and we handed out several prizes. I think every child who danced got a prize, hopefully. And then we also had a costume competition, or a fancy dress competition, so they got to wear their Christmas jumpers and dress up, and our son won second place. Yay! Thanks to me for crocheting his little trousers, his jumper the night before. They got prizes for that, so I got another thing of chocolates. What else did we do? We do so much stuff. In the past, we've had a table where we would sell things like clothing and etc. So all of these things, the money that we would raise by selling these things that were donated to us goes into our little kitty and our little piggy bank, and we get to buy new toys for the children and replace our funds for providing biscuits and tea and these gifts for the Christmas party, etc. So a lot of things are going on, a lot of ideas. Every year we think of a new thing. We like to add, we like to take away. The things that were unique, I think, to UK party is I've never seen Pass the Parcel. In America, we would do something like musical chairs. This time we did kind of like a dance and freeze, where if the music stops, you have to freeze, and if you didn't freeze, then you get kicked out of the game, you know, that kind of competition. The other thing that's unique here is we don't call Santa Father Christmas in America, we call him Santa Claus. So I really like the idea that he's Father Christmas, because here I use the term father to mean someone of the church, like a priest, a vicar. So Father Christmas is modeled after old Saint Nicholas, who was a saint, or I think he was even a bishop, but he was known for giving out gifts to children and his charity and his generosity. So that's how he became Old Saint Nick, and I think that the Santa Claus model comes from him. So we basically had a really fun time at the Christmas party. Oh, there was food, and we'll do another thing about Christmas party food, which is really different here than in the US. In terms of games and party activities, we also had a craft. We had the lady who does crafts for us all the time. She did a special gingerbread house making craft and gingerbread ornament decorating craft. So that was really, really fun, I think, for especially for my daughter. She's more interested in those little crafty things where you sit down and you draw or you create something with your hands, rather than playing with the toys like the kitchen and the cars and etc. So that was really good for her, and I'm really happy that she enjoys that activity. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed this video about our Christmas party and children's Christmas activities and games. I'd like to hear what kind of games that I'm missing that is very common in the UK. Maybe I haven't seen it, or maybe I just forgot to mention it. But do put that in the comments below. Hit that subscribe button if you like our videos, and thanks so much for watching. Bye!